Yeah, this is the first track like this in the country. It's Traffic Incident Management. They've set up a crash simulation here, and what they do with all different first responders here in Tennessee, they come and learn how to safely respond to these crashes. We're going to show you how that works in 30 minutes, but first I do want you to know that Tennessee is the first state in our entire country to have the Highway Patrol using crash analytics software to predict where serious or deadly crashes will happen in our area. I rode along with a Highway Patrol trooper to show you how it works.
Cell phone.
And with the number of distracted drivers he sees, this is a surprise for Sergeant Anthony Griffin with the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
Saving lives and saving families from heartache of the serious injuries and of possibly having a loved one killed in a crash.
That is the reason Sergeant Griffin says THP is using new technology to predict where serious or deadly crashes might happen, putting troopers ahead of the game.
That hot spot there where you can see it's a shade of red, and basically you pull it up and you would see 4-hour blocks totaling 24 hours, and you would see that between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock p.m. on today's date, there's a 58% chance of a possible significant crash occurring in that particular area. So what we would do is we would deploy troopers to that area and hopefully either sit stationary, obviously run traffic enforcement, and hopefully get a reduction in traffic crashes on that particular day during that particular time.
The software combines statistics on crash history, sporting events, festivals, weather, even places that sell alcohol.
It helps us make more informed decisions about where we need to put ourselves in order to reduce these serious crashes.
And once they're there,
would be sit in the median, conduct traffic enforcement, stationary observation. Just being stationary sometimes is almost as effective as doing the actual enforcement itself because you're visible.
THP Colonel Tracy Trott says that the number of deadly crashes in Tennessee is down 8%, and troopers are doing more DUI and seatbelt enforcement than any other year. Sergeant Griffin says giving someone a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt proves to mean something more than just another day on the job.
She, with conviction, believes that it absolutely saved her life.
The sergeant is talking about a young woman who he encountered twice in one day.
You issue a traffic citation for someone not wearing a seatbelt, which obviously helps keep them safe, and then here it is 4 hours later. Had she not been wearing it, there's no question that she would have been seriously injured, if not killed. And so to see the fruit of your work in a situation like that, it absolutely makes you feel good, and it makes you feel like you're making a difference.
And they're only going to keep improving and perfecting their new technology.
The bottom line is that we're preventing tragedies. We're preventing troopers from having to go to homes and knock on their door and tell a mother or a father or a wife or a girlfriend that their loved one's not coming home.
If you've never had a good cup of coffee prepared by an expert barista, put it on your list of things to do. Barista Parlor in East Nashville and Golden Sound in the Gulch are perfecting the pour, one latte at a time. It's the people, the coffee, the food, all the things that they're getting right. And if you're wondering whether you can really taste the difference, the answer is yes.
This is what they call blooming the coffee. We don't want to do anything too crazy, just make sure all the grounds are saturated.
You're blooming the coffee.
Watch, it'll kind of arise.
It is. Yeah, it's
these
bubbling.
are very, very fresh coffees within a week of roast. And it's going to give off gas.
Wow.
And like this is just priming the solids, the desirable solids in here for extraction.
It's bubbling like lava.
So many more things other than just the methodology that makes it superior. It's really like the raw ingredients that we're using. Most people have heard about Arabica, for example.
Sure.
The two primary species of coffee that are served are Robusta and Arabica. But within Arabica, there are different varieties. Just like think of apples, there are different varieties of apples. Espresso is just another method of brewing coffee, not a roast, like many view it as.
They brew filter profile coffee. It's probably not what you're used to seeing. The latte artists, true craftsmen, and they take their job seriously.
Having the right grind is key in having a good tasting espresso. And what you're looking for is a completely even bed. If it's not completely even, the extraction that we're talking about, if this side is higher, this side will get over extracted and this side will get under extracted because it's not completely level.
So what does that mean when you taste it?
It'll taste bad.
And I can tell you firsthand, creating a good-looking, good-tasting latte is not easy.
Practice, it takes a lot of work. I don't think people appreciate the art
Golden Sound, the golden child of Barista Parlor, is bringing the heat in the kitchen too, with a breakfast menu that rivals any other. And I can say that because my photographer and I ordered breakfast. It was amazing.
It's not something just straight out of a jar. It's something that we've really toiled over and had a good time making. And you can really, I think, it's a reflection of that in every biscuit, every plate of food.
Regional farmers and their own canned goods put a spin on Southern classics here. The kind of place where you actually sit beside people and get to know your neighbor. The kind of place where you can drink the coffee black, even if you're like me and you've never done that before. The kind of place with the kind of people who make Nashville one of the best coffee cities in the country. There's something happening in Antioch, but be careful, it's contagious. You can hear the laughter, see the smiles, and feel the fun. Okay. The Antioch Library is an impressive new physical building, but it's also a metaphor for a bigger movement. Please. The newest addition is a cornerstone of development in a city that's starting to see some new life. It's also bringing new life for families that need a place to go.
Well, I gotta tell you that I've seen these faces because I was at the All Branch, and these little faces going, what is this? Like, they come to story time and they don't know where they're coming. But as soon as they see my face, they're like, oh, I'm in the right place, because they are familiar with the story time face. So they love it, and then they get all mesmerized by the toys and all the new books that we have.
Pat Bashir is the children's librarian at the Southeast Branch, and she says their new home isn't just about having new things, it's about creating excitement for children.
For me, literacy has to do with fun. So if you make it fun, the kids will come, the kids will be into it.
From story time,
Birthday Bunny felt so very sad,
which is pretty epic, to the teen center, to the resource area for adults looking for jobs or immigrants who are just coming to the States. This high-tech center, in just a few short months, is giving neighbors what they want and what they need.
Our numbers have literally doubled. So that's the most amazing part of it. They're really enjoying the space and they're making the most of it.
He just looks amazing.
3-year-old Mason Carney looks like your typical toddler, shyly hugging his mom and pointing at planes flying overhead.
There's a big bed laying right there. That's where you were when you were sick. Yeah. Remember when you got in the car accident with your daddy? Yeah, you were pretty sick.
I mean, that's the two biggest things for kids is that.
But you're doing great now.
He still has a long road to recovery after the accident in February left him with serious injuries.
It was evening of a 24-hour shift. It was just after dark.
Life Flight nurses Kathy and Kirk lifted from Smyrna and prepared to land at Christiana Middle School.
By the time we got to the end of the runway, we could see the lights where the traffic was backed up on Highway 231. So we could aim right toward that and be able to respond pretty quickly.
We were struck in the rear by a vehicle behind us, and my son was ejected from the car.
When we got there, he was still in his car seat. He was on his side, and he was approximately 30 to 40 feet from the car itself.
The seatbelt restraining Mason's car seat was severed when Mason's dad, Josh Carney, was rear-ended on Highway 231, tossing Mason from the car.
I said, well, what vehicle was he in? And then that's when I looked up and I saw the picture of the car, and there wasn't much car left.
I remember Patrick walking around the ambulance door and telling me that he was going to treat my son like it was his own. And I put a lot of trust and faith in him at that moment.
Patrick did just that, preparing Mason for the Life Flight trip to the Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt.
They had done everything perfectly before we got there. They had IVs in place. They had supported his airway. So we were able to get in and put in a breathing tube.
Many times, that's where the story ends for the first responders, not knowing the full outcome of their efforts. But the Carneys surprised their lifesavers with a visit to share their gratitude.
Today, coming to meet the emergency workers, you just feel like you can't thank somebody enough for being there for a family member when their life is in danger.
Seeing him walking around, especially without his halo device that helps keep his neck straight, him talking and smiling and waving at us, that was something special.
We trained so that we can be there for people like Mason, That's why we do what we do, so that children or anybody that's in an accident or a medical problem can have another chance at life.
Hello, Graham. Bo, you just got a new nickname.
Good morning. Yes, this is the hostage rescue demonstration. We're here with Navy SEALs and military veterans. We're going to show you what we've learned in our training. All right, let's go.
Move. 2 and 3, go ahead. Grab it, thunder.
Oh, oops. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go. Last hit. Come with me. Up the steps. Go. Ready?
I have to look up. Okay.
Clear out of clear corners. Go.
Okay. Oh yeah, clear this corner.
Yep.
We did this earlier. Okay. Clear this one. Okay.
All right. We got 2 hostages. 3 and 4. Get the hostages. All right. Turn around. Come on in.
Okay.
Wrapping up.
Okay.
Cover. You're still covering. Ready? Move.
Okay.
Taking hostage. Down.
All right. Good. We're safe. All right. Okay. And I'm out of breath again, but thank you guys so much. James, there you are. We did it. We went through the training. We have Jonathan Gillum here. He's with United States Continued Service. You're traveling across the country right here in Nashville. This weekend, people can go through this training. We did the weapons training. We did the hostage rescue.
That's right.
It's all, what is it for? What do you hope people get from this?
I want them to learn to appreciate what veterans are all about, and we can share our attention to detail, the basics, how important the basics are. Anybody, athletes, teams, businesses, they can all come out and learn.
Okay, all right, well, thank you so much. This was wonderful. If you want more information, I'm going to be tweeting it. We are here live at the Springfield Airsoft Field. Samantha Singer, Fox 17 this morning.
Hey.
I'm not ashamed that I came here yesterday, too.
I'm not ashamed that you did it. I'm like, I don't have anything right now. He put me up here, and I've been here ever since. I'm almost menopausal, okay? So you put me on that grill. But that summer, he thought that I was gonna die on it.
So what makes Gabby's a South Nashville hotspot? I got 2 words for you. We're talking people, we're talking energy.
Come on, man, come on in. Menu's right up. We make a big deal out of whatever's going on in your life, because when you come in here, you don't just come in here and get a burger. February 27th is my birthday, and it's my ring. Come on, Michelle. It gave me this feeling of, you know, this is like a homey place when you come in. So when you go home, say, hey, you know, people say, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? And that's just how I was raised. You speak to people. You come in and you get, you know, you get some conversation. They have sports talk all the time.
See you tomorrow.
Because we got a great burger. We give great service. You know, we're the little hole in the wall. People love us, but we love them.